Good morning, traders. I'm Dan Pavlonis, Senior Market Strategist here at RJO Futures. I'm here to talk about the currencies as usual every Thursday. Um, a couple of things that are happening right now. I mean, we've had bad weather for the last couple of weeks. U.S. data has kind of deteriorated a little bit because of that. Because of that, the Fed has tapered, continued to taper. We saw the euro off of the bad data, off U.S. data. The dollar seems to be weakening a little bit, and the euro seems to be moving higher. Uh, with that being said, the weather is obviously going to start to get a little bit better now. I think the Fed will continue to taper. And because of that, I think the dollar will continue to get stronger. I mean, we've been trading in this range for the last several months. The low end about 80, the high end about 81, 82. And since we've been trading in that range, I think it's time that as the Fed tapers, we start to break out of that range. I'm not saying that's going to happen yet, but I think several situations that are happening outside of the U.S. economy. We have a situation in Venezuela right now. We have a situation in the Ukraine. China is pumping much more stimulus into their market, far outweighing any kind of stimulus that the EU or the U.S. is pumping into our markets economically here. And that shed some light on deteriorating deteriorating GDP globally. So with that being said, I think we're going to start to see flight to quality into the U.S. dollar. Look at countries like Russia, for instance. The ruble has been devalued a couple of times. Just recently, it dropped another 5%. You're sitting in Russia right now. You're holding money. Where are you going to put your money? You're going to start buying hard assets, U.S. denominated assets. You're probably going to start to carry trade into U.S. dollars. You might start to see a little bit funneling into euro. That may have been one of the reasons why we've seen an upswing lately, but I think that'll slow down too. The eurozone is not doing nearly as well as the U.S. We're unsound, but we're more sound than most everybody else that's out there, and we're less more fiscally responsible than the other governments out there. So look at it from that perspective. And if we look at long-term perspective in that nature, we're starting to see interest rates that are low right now, and will probably move higher. We'll start to see U.S. dollar strengthen, and other currencies outside of the U.S. Continuing to deteriorate, and global geopolitical situations like revolutions or protests or riots like we're seeing in the Ukraine beginning to spawn in other countries. You're going to want to move your money into a safe haven. So that's one of the most profound reasons why I think that the dollar will continue to go up. And if you'd like to further discuss this, feel free. Give me a call. My number is right there. Thank you. Futures and options on futures may involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for all investors.